welcome back. Hopefully you can see me and hear me now. Okay, I can hear my stream. Excellent. That's good. That's a good sign. Always do the audio check. Welcome back. Thank you kindly, Chan. All right. And then let me see here. I do have to neatenize a little bit right here because I did not neatenize anything before. I had a busy day today and I had a magic gig last night, so we are probably going to end up recapping a bunch of that as well. But the trick list is open. Thank you for opening up the trick list and putting the link in chat. So if anybody wants to request anything, feel free. Now's a good time. Oh, I did not have the trick list on screen here. Let me just look and make sure this is okay. Oh yeah, the lighting is bad. So here's what I do. I move my desk forward and then the lighting from this one light fixture is better. Although I feel like I'm slightly slanted now. Hold on. Is that better? Okay. Oh, and then I'll have to turn on that here. Okay, there we go. Great. All right. So for anybody who was here last week on Sunday, I did not do Sleight of Hand Sunday. I recapped my convention, which I went to Gen Con, but I did bring back a ton of decks of cards, and I did not open any of them. And so I was thinking we should open them tonight. So basically, during the off time, i.e. if there aren't any trick requests, we will open up decks of cards and use them. Okay. So we have a bunch to choose from as well. But, yeah. Hang on. All right. Now, I think last time I had alluded to visiting the Uranus Fudge Factory, and there were some decks of cards that I got from them. I actually bought them at Uranus Fudge Factory. And let's see. Hold on, I just have to open up this thing so that I can see the thing. Okay, cool. You're what? Yeah, there's actually a place called Uranus Fudge Factory in Indiana. See, Uranus Fudge Factory. Basically, all of the adult jokes, they play into it here. Why always in Indiana? That's a great question. Yeah, if anybody's curious. There's Uranus General Store, fudge from Uranus, Uranus apparel, snack on Uranus, gifts from Uranus. Look, if you guys don't believe me, hold on, I have to show you this. I have to show this to you, okay? All right. So hold on. Show and tell. Okay, good. All right. Here it is. Oh yeah, you can see the other stream. There you go. All right. See? Look. Fudge from Uranus. Uranus apparel. Snack on Uranus. Gifts from Uranus. All right. So there you go. It's a place. I went there. I went there. Um, okay. So here's two of the decks of cards that I got from Uranus. This one says I heart Uranus, and this one is big fun in Uranus. Winter says, Nani? Oh, by the way, Winter asks, how is the little princess? The little princess is doing well. So if anybody didn't know, my daughter is 5 years old. She is about 30 days away from going to kindergarten for the first time. We recently, quote unquote, spoiled her by getting her an outdoor mud kitchen. So I spent, not yesterday, 2 days ago, putting together this, like kind of, I feel like it's relatively cheap wood that it's like a kit that we got from Amazon to put together a mud kitchen for her. For anybody who doesn't know what a mud kitchen is, I didn't know what it was until a few days ago. Um, it's just something that you put together where it's kind of like a sink, and there's like a reservoir that you can have some water, and the intent is like you can like make pretend food, but like with dirt and mud and water, and you can like have little toys and you hide them in the muddy water and stuff. So Charlie's Beats, thank you so much for the resub for 39 months. Guys, if you did not know, Charlie's Beats, the signer of the Ace of Spades. Thank you so much, Charlie's Beats. And also for anybody who just saw what I just did, I put on my cheating gloves, which was sort quick. So if anybody didn't know, um, yeah, Charlie's Beats, Ace of Spades. There you go. Winter asks, have you heard of D's Nuts? Not kidding. There's a peanut company. I would not be surprised, but let me just double check now that D's Nuts. Let me see here. D's. I should probably let me specify D's Nuts. Nut Company. D's Nuts Co. All right. D's Nuts Snacks. There you go. This seems like the place. Honey roasted D's Nuts. All right. For anybody who's curious, I'm looking at this. Thank you for this heat map for whoever placed it there. But delicious. Okay. So anyway, my daughter's doing well, and we gave her this mud kitchen. She has played with the mud kitchen for like at least 6 hours in the past like 2 days. So I think it's a hit. So I think she likes it. Okay, so anyway, if anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. Now's a good time. Otherwise, we're gonna open up these decks. Now I don't know how good these decks are, and I'm kind of expecting them to be crappy. I'm gonna just let that settle in while I do this. Okay, but so let's take a look. All right, we're gonna start with Big Fun in Uranus. So here we go. All right, good news. While opening this, this does have a nice strip to take off the cellophane. And you know, everybody loves a nice strip. All right, so things on the side. This says the best fudge comes from Uranus. And then, yeah, uranusfudgefactory.com. That's the website. Okay. And then let me see here. So these indicate that they are poker sized. And yeah, we are having big fun in Uranus. Okay, so now let's open this up. I'm assuming the back design is going to look like this. I don't know if it's going to be suitable for Magic, if it does, but let's take a look. I would be horribly surprised if it looks like anything else. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are kind of nicer than I expected. I expected them to be really crappy. Um, they are made out of plastic, first of all. I thought they were going to be paper, but they're made out of plastic. But they're like matte plastic. It's actually not bad. So look, they glide pretty well. Let me see. Let me test a spread. Whoa, that feels surprisingly nice. And then, so here's a Joker. Here's another Joker. And then now we've got the Ace of Spades has a thumbs up on it. Okay, let's see. Most of the other spot cards look basically the same. The face cards basically look the same. At first, I was not sure if I wanted to pay the price, but now I understand the price. It's actually pretty good. They're actually pretty good quality, I would say, for plastic cards. So, let me go ahead and the glide factor is important. It is. It is. For anybody who knows the sleight that I do, that is one of my favorite sleights. It does require the glide factor. Especially with Uranus cards. Yeah, you don't want them to be sticky. Definitely not. All right, so here, I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Let me go ahead and use these 3 cards to attempt to do a sleight. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks pretty good. Let me take this out. So wait, what's 4 minus 1? 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay, we're going to take this out. All right, so actually, what's 4 minus 1? 3? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's good. It's 4 minus 1 is 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, but we know that there's 4 in here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Not bad. It's actually pretty good for this light. Let me just see how consistent the artwork is. Because for something that has like this full bleed image, it's actually surprisingly consistent. It's not perfect. So like if I just fan this just a little bit, so see that yellow line that's kind of like the bottom outline of this dinosaur? It isn't lined up perfectly on every card, but it's not bad for like what you would expect to come out of this. Okay, an ad break is starting. We weren't doing a formal trick anyway. That's okay. Wow. Okay, I'm actually kind of excited to handle these. All right, I want to see how horrible this looks. Actually, wait, if I hurry up, I could do it during the ad break. The sides of those cards look cool. Yeah. Like, it feels like, I mean, especially like this side, right? Like, oh wow, that's actually really consistent. That's actually, so the bottom is not so consistent. The sideline is actually very consistent. All right. Well, I guess I'm not in the ad break, or at least I won't be. But I want to try one of the tricks that I normally do, and just to see how bad the full bleed image is. But okay, okay, all right. So here we go. I want to turn up all of these aces one at a time. But if I was to do it like this would be cheating. So I'm not allowed to do it that way. So instead, what I need to do is, oh crap, and the direction. It's only one direction. Okay, hold on. Let me just double check. All right. So oh yeah, that's not good. I guess I could do it like this. Okay, so we'll turn one of them face up. That's the ace of hearts. Now if I hold the packet, now ace of hearts turns itself face down, ace of clubs turns itself face up. Oh, that doesn't look too bad actually. Hold the packet. I think if I don't do the spin, the normal spin, then it's okay. And now we'll need to turn one more face up, but let me just show you that they're all currently facing the same direction. Even if I do one magical thing, they're still all facing the same direction. Okay. But now, we'll turn one face up. There you go. Wow. Okay. So for a full bleed image, it's not bad. They glide very well. Like, look at this. You might even be able to see, like, the texture. Hold on. Let me see if we can get the camera. It might be easier to see on this side. Oh, yeah. Let me shine the light off of it. Yeah, this thing is like textured. It's like matte. You can get the air cushion in there. It's surprisingly better quality than I thought. So I did purchase some fudge from Uranus, and it is also good. I just realized out of context, if you guys weren't here for the entire discussion, that made no sense and sounded pretty derogatory. But that's okay. Alright, we're going to open up the other packet now. So the reason why it's called Uranus Fudge Factory, besides the obvious meme, is that it is in Uranus, Indiana. And there's another location too, and that's also in Uranus. There's another city or town. I think was it Missouri? Uranus, Missouri. So, all right. I have high expectations for these cards. Oh no, there's this little piece of plastic that I don't like hanging on. Okay, there we go. And Usa's got the Berseus cool. Or chaos, sorry. All right, here we go. So I heart Uranus. Oh yeah, Missouri and Indiana. Duh. I should have just read this. So let's see. The cards from the front basically look the same. Same print. It is the plastic. And it does just say, I heart Uranus, Missouri and Indiana. And this is Uranus US 66 and Uranus USA. All right. There we go. Let's see how this fans. Hold on. I don't know if that's just the texture or if the coloring looks slightly different. Or is that just the glare? Do some of these look lighter? Like if I almost feel like it's not a consistent shade of black for all of them. Hold on, let me fan it the other way maybe. See if that makes a difference. Yeah, I can't tell. Alright, let's just give this a shuffle. You know, whether these were premium cards or not, if they were acceptable, I told myself I was just going to put them on my shelf back here. They are certainly acceptable. We have a new tool for stream 269. Okay, alright. Let's go ahead and do a trick. Let's have this card be the selection. That is the 6 of diamonds. Okay, so remember the 6 of diamonds. We're going to grab the 6 of diamonds and place it here into the middle of the deck, just like this. But if we snap, 6 of diamonds will jump back up to the top. There we go. But now if we take the 6 of diamonds, place it back into the middle of the deck, and if I show you the top card, this is not the 6 of diamonds. That's the 7 of diamonds, conveniently. But if I snap, that will bring the 6 of diamonds back up to the top. We'll do the second phase, and I'll leave the 6 of diamonds sticking out. This could be signed, although I wouldn't have anybody sign Uranus. But we'll leave this sticking out. We're placing this into the middle of this packet, grabbing this packet, placing it in the middle of this packet. Not hiding it on the top, not hiding it on the bottom, but if we snap, that will bring it from the middle back up to the top. That's not bad. These actually feel good. These cards feel good. Alright. I kind of regret, I think I did see another deck of cards. I kind of regret not getting another. There was a third deck design, I think. But, alright, hold on. I'm going to hop back up here. Let me just double check their store. Can I purchase playing cards? Hold on, let me see. Cards. Yes, I can purchase cards from the website. Alright, great. um, oh, okay. Not the, let me see here. Yeah, there's a bunch of designs. Okay. Now that I know that that is an option, that'll be good. All right. Cool. So that is the I Heart Uranus playing cards from Uranus Fudge Factory. Actually, I guess while I'm here, I could probably show off. Let me see here. I don't know if I downloaded these, but hold on. Let me download all of my Uranus Fudge Factory photos, and then I can show them to you later in the stream. I don't want to accidentally show any other pictures just in case. I mostly don't want to dox my kid to the internet or accidentally have it out there, so if somebody decides to put an AI photo of my kid anywhere, I don't want it to be in anything. Let me see here. Uranus Fudge Factory. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's going to take a little bit to download because there's a video in there. Nope, never mind. It's done. Okay. Extract all. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and share. Let me see here. Is this the first picture? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and show and tell. All right. So here is the sign that you see from. You can see this from the highway, I think. Uranus is open. Fudge, candy, gifts, and fun. Okay. And then here's another Uranus sign that you can also see from the highway. This one's much bigger. And then here's the building, Uranus Fudge Factory. Me selfie. There's Zoltar right at the front. I did not pay money to talk with Zoltar, but I'm familiar. Here's a little poster. Don't look at this chicken. It's a game. So game over. It's the chicken game. You got beaten, Uranus. Um, let's see. Big fun in Uranus. And then if you take a look at the posters here, this one's on the right. Keep Uranus clean. Off to probe Uranus. Here's what the inside looks like. And then this is just these. Okay, so hold on. I have a video right here. So these lights were changing, and there's a pterodactyl that moves. Oh, hold on. You can't see that. Okay, so watch this pterodactyl when I play this video. So yeah, this pterodactyl moves too. Okay, let's see. So here's Urana soda. They had Duff, and it wasn't beer. It's actually Duff orange soda. Uranus raspberry rings and peach rings, and so on. If you zoom in, it looks exactly as they're playing into it. Here's seasonings. So Uranus seasonings: butt rub, rear entry rub, and deep meat rub. These were hilarious. They were actually so they had Uranus fudge on the left and Uranus ice cream in the back, and then they had a bar, no alcohol though. And then here's the pterodactyl moving, and the lights again, now moving in unison. Don't be a Richard. Uranus Dental and Proctology Clinic, best cavity search in town. They had a shooting gallery. I didn't I didn't do it, but it was there. Here's some soaps. Booty call. Big big cock and dad ass. There's a shirt that says "I pooped today." Um, a a question: did you enjoy exploring Uranus? Give Uranus a little love online. Uh, the same thing that we saw on a shirt, but on on the wall. Charlie's Beats. Yeah, this is an adult place. So, um, and then check out Uranus. And over here, amazing things happen in Uranus. And if you take a look at this small sign, it says Uranus Vortex Tunnel. First time is free, and second time is $1. And I'm like, okay, I've got to try this. So I was like, oh, I can walk over there, and they were like, yeah. So spin your way out of Uranus Vortex Tunnel. All right, I'm just gonna describe this, and there's a video. So I took a video of this. Ready? Oh wait, where's the video? Okay, hold on. Oh no, wait, I didn't download it. Please hold while I figure out what I did. Oh, here it is. All right, download Uranus Fudge Factory. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. So when you first walk into this, it's super trippy, and you're like, okay, I don't know how people can get really messed up in here because you can still see like the stationary stuff. But the thing is, if you take 2 or 3 steps into it, once your peripheral vision of the stationary stuff behind you is gone, you really do feel like you're like falling over the entire time. So this is just a still. Let me just play the video. Okay, this is trippy, man. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear my audio, but I think you should be able to. This is crazy. Yeah, it felt weird. Like, it almost seemed like okay, this is trippy, man. Yeah. Like you were basically feeling like falling off to the side the entire time. So even though you see that the exit's stationary, but it almost feels like a like a Doctor Who TARDIS just standing there in an interdimensional thing. Yeah. Whoa, says Jan. I know, it was super crazy. Um. So yeah. Okay, so those were the Uranus Fudge Factory decks. All right, let's see. Next up, I did get 2 decks from the bicycle booth at Gen Con because they were cheaper than normal, but I was really upset because they saw that or at least I assumed that they saw that I was wearing my, now I'm Glorious Magician, and nobody at the bicycle booth said anything. And I mostly use bicycle cards for everything because, they're pretty consistent, relatively cheap. I can give them away. It's not a big deal. But so the first one is here, the Sparkler deck. So let's go ahead. I only got one of these because I don't know how useful it was going to be. So let me just take the good news about so far all of the decks that we've opened so far. The tab actually worked. There are so many where the tabs just get buried underneath like another layer of plastic, or they rip or something. And so this has been pleasant in that respect. Okay, and then next, I do like to open my decks with a sticker a very specific way. So I actually push my fingernail into the edge of the sticker, and then I get my little pocket knife, which, by the way, a long time ago, I don't know if you guys knew, back in college, some college buddies of mine and I used to go dumpster diving, and basically, I think we went out maybe half a dozen times or something to find a bunch of stuff in nearby dumpsters and things, and always the best things that got thrown away were like the dumpsters behind the thrift shops, because they wouldn't lock them up, and a lot of that would still be really good stuff. But anything that's like a big company or a technology company, like Best Buy or anything, they lock up their dumpster, so it's very hard to get things from like from a tech store. I used to work at Blockbuster Video a long time ago too, and for anybody who didn't know, if there was any sort of um, orders to destroy product, you basically had to destroy like DVDs. So if we were like, oh, get rid of a bunch of DVDs, we had to destroy DVDs. All right, so this is how I like to open up my decks of cards. 90-second ad break. All right, so let's take a look at the Sparkler Bicycle deck of cards. And so first thing I can notice is that the Joker is a lot more blue than usual, and the other Joker is red. Oh, holy crap. I, is that what I expected? I don't know what I expected, but the back. So the back design of this is exactly this. So it's like blue along the edge, and it's red in the center. Interesting. Oh, and that's kind of repeated here on the Ace of Spades. Let me see here. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna keep this separated. Chan has requested a trick. Let me go ahead and get ready to perform that. I don't think I'll be able to perform that with this, because Dazed does require the use of a prop. But Charlie's got the vortex tunnel. Swirl. Steggy swirl. Nice. So, alright, so let's see. So here we have like a little red part on blue. Oh! Wait, do all the cards have like this slice? So here, the black spades, it looks like they're blue, but then they're half red. Like all the way down. Oh, and even the face cards have like that red stripe kind of all the way down. Oh, and the red suit's opposite, it looks like. Okay, so all of the red pips have the opposite. So they have blue sliced halfway. And they have the blue swipe down the center. Interesting. These look kind of cool, actually. Alright, I regret not getting at least a second deck, but that's okay. I'm sure these decks will come up maybe cheap again. I go to enough conventions, I'll find I'll find a cheap deck, a cheaper deck. Oh, here's a Magician's card. If anybody didn't know, I'm revealing this to you now. This card has a back on two sides. Shh, don't tell anybody that I told you that it exists. I think other magicians will know, but this is one of the reasons why I will leave the cellophane on. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay. Chance, DB, yep, double backer. That's right. We call them double backers in the business, and Chance says, yep, that's right. So let's give these the inaugural shuffle. Actually, I kind of want to see what a fan would look like on this because of the weird coloration. All right, let's start with the back fan. Okay, those just all look blue because of the edges. It doesn't expose like the center. Interesting. Okay, now let's look at the face. It looks mostly pretty normal like throughout the deck, except up here. It looks like pretty, once you see the top, or you see a spread. It's very colorful. It's very colorful. I see a little piece of plastic. All right. Okay, let me go ahead and perform Dazed. Alright, so here we have a packet of cards. I have a 6 of diamonds, a queen of clubs, and I have 4 other cards. They'll look normal over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I turn them over, something strange. You might think that they are also double backers, because I just told you that double backers are a thing, and you saw an example of one of them. All of them except for this one. Interesting. But let's just leave that off to the side. So with these 3 other cards, they have a strange property, and they will reflect other cards. So if I take this 6 of diamonds and I just hold these over. I don't know if you can tell, but look. Now all of the cards turn into 6 of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, if I go ahead and I take the Queen of Clubs and I hover these over the Queen of Clubs, I don't know if you know what happens now. You can probably guess based on how the trick has just been set up, but look, all of the cards have actually turned into the Queen of Clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now we can still see that the rest of the packet is still Queens of Clubs, right? But it's not until we use the blank card and the blank side hits face up, something's going to happen. And everything is now blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now everybody asks, hey, can I see the backs of those? And I'm like, sure. And so here, 1, 2, 3, 4 backs. And that, my friends, is Dazed. I do like to close stream with that, but we got it as a random early today, so that's okay. No big deal. Chan the Magic Man says, you could do a trick with the blue deck and then use one of these cards to visually change. Chan, that's brilliant. We could do it that way. Actually, let me see. Oh, wait. You could do a trick with a blue deck and use one of these cards to visually change to red. I would say it might be okay, except that the blue is a lot lighter blue than regular blue bicycles. So I'm not sure if, because like it would be a very obvious transition, I think, at that point. But I guess let's go ahead and take a look at what a blue bicycle deck would look like against the backdrop of this, because I certainly have the decks. Let's see, is this one a blue bicycle? Yeah. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, E-Room, worth a try. Yeah, let's take a look. All right. Let's see here. So once again, pulling out the Sparkler deck, and then we have a standard blue bicycle deck. So let me just pull out these blue. So this is the blue of the standard blue bicycle. So it's kind of like a dark blue, really. But this one, if we take this out, it's very light blue. So I think I would need, let me see, actually I have some bicycle colors back here. Let me see. Does it match this one? No, this one looks a little too, let me see. This one looks more green than that one. It's a lot closer though. It could pass, I think. I don't have any other blue bicycles over here, so yeah. So standard blue bicycle, too dark. This is, I think, I guess the teal or the aqua. It doesn't really say on the box what color it is. I have the bicycle spectrum deck, which if people have never seen the spectrum deck, this is a treat. Let me just show you guys. The spectrum deck is a deck where every single card in the deck has a different color, and it appears as though it is a rainbow. Now, let me see. So if we're comparing this color blue, I would guess, oh man, it doesn't even, so like certainly we agree it's not going to be any of these red or purples, right? This is where it's starting to turn blue, and then this is where it turns green. So it's got to be one of these, but I almost feel like this is like a baby blue, and these don't match at all. So maybe the closest one might be like one of these, but this is still brighter. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, if anybody is curious, that's the Spectrum deck. And this is the Sparkler deck. Okay. All right, next up we have matching the cards. Let me go ahead and get ready for that. Let me throw these back over here. And then let me see here. All right, please hold. By the way, if you guys have been sitting around for a while, if you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Tonight I am having my beloved Indigo Punch tea. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hold on, I think I'm doing something wrong really quick. Do. Okay. All right. I'm good. Turkey Blaine, welcome in. How's it going? Turkey Blaine says, "It's that magic Asian guy. I hear he is crazy." Thanks, Turkey Blaine. Thanks for getting that hydrate, Chan. Thanks for shouting out our friend Turkey Blaine. Guys, if you're not following our friend Turkey Blaine, please give Turkey Blaine a follow. Turkey Blaine, fellow magician, also does magic streams on Twitch in addition to playing video games. But actually, I recently heard that Turkey Blaine is going to be having a 39th birthday party magic stream. So let me see here. Let me copy this, and then let me drop it in the Discord. But if anybody wants to see Turkey Blaine in action, this will probably be a good time. So let me open. Actually, let me share it. Yeah, I've been showing and telling. So this is Turkey Blaine's What the F 39th birthday extravaganza live on Twitch. So it will be happening on Sunday, September 6th, 2026, 9 p.m. Eastern. Horrible AI, says Turkey Blaine. I mean, this is what you sent me. So, um, yeah, you can kind of tell. So first of all, if you are ever doing magician-y things with Gen AI, easiest thing to spot is look at all of the faces of playing cards and basically see if anything looks right. So so if we zoom in, this is like supposed to be a two of spades, but it looks like it's like a 10 of spades or something. And this doesn't even look like a shape. It's supposed to be a heart or a diamond, but then it has pips on, or sorry, the indexes on all four corners. So yeah, yeah, extravaganza. And over here, let me see here. This one is supposed to be, I don't know. It looks like it has an ace pip, but it might be a 7. But then this doesn't look like a 7 at all. Oh, sorry, you guys can't really see that. I was looking at this card over here. And then down here, surprisingly, it got these aces correct. So I'm not, I'm not sure what was happening there. Although I guess it has a dot underneath the ace, or at least it looks like, and then the bigger pip. But and then this one doesn't look like anything. So anyway, sorry to kind of bust the chops of an AI image bot. But anyway, so yeah, check Turkey Blaine out that day. That's probably going to be a day in which I would normally also do Sleight of Hand Sunday, but I'll do it later. So I might actually, instead of doing a Hades run, I might just hop into Turkey Blaine's um, channel there. So, but anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, extravaganza. Okay, all right. So here we go. Um, let me go ahead and give these a mix, some cuts, and I'm going to try and make a prediction. So let me make a prediction here. So here's my prediction right there. Okay. All right. So now if I am attempting to make a prediction with this, I'm going to put 3 other cards from the deck down, and hopefully it will match the prediction. So if I go ahead and I go through the deck, and let me just maybe grab this one. So this is the Ace of Hearts. So if that's the Ace of Hearts, we're going to place the Ace of Hearts over here. Let me go ahead and do some cuts. So this could be an ace, this could be a heart. Let me go ahead and find another card. So if this is the Ace of Clubs, and this is the Ace of Hearts, then I think strong possibility that this has to be an ace. Okay. And so the name of the trick is matching the cards. So hopefully by the end of this trick, all of the cards do match. And so let's go ahead and find one more, in this case, the Ace of Diamonds. So if we have the Ace of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Hearts, would it not be very impressive if this happens to be the Ace of Spades, right? And now I would usually ask, hey, audience, what card do you think this is? And I would hear, and sometimes my ears uh, deceive me, and I hear something like Eight of Spades. I'm like, what? Did somebody say Eight of Spades? And then we turn the card over, and it is indeed the Eight of Spades. I'm like, oh. Well, wait a second. I told you by the end of this trick that the prediction should match all of these cards. And I'm a magician. And so we should be able to get all of these cards to match. If I just use this to tap, and this is no longer the Ace of Hearts, this is now the Eight of Hearts. And this is no longer the Ace of Clubs, this is now the Eight of Clubs. And this is no longer the Ace of Diamonds, this is the Eight of Diamonds. And now the cards match. Now I do feel like normally I like to have the person's card that requested the trick involved with the trick, and that would be the Ace of Spades. And so the only way to get it to come back at this point is I don't know if you know, I can grab that Ace of Spades from the deck, and here it is. Charlie's Beats signed Ace of Spades because Charlie requested the trick. And that, my friends, is matching the cards with a little extra bonus at the end. Okay, I know we're in an ad break, but I basically finished the trick the normal way before the ad break started, and then just did the little bonus, I guess, during the ad break. But I know Charlie was watching because Charlie subbed, so. Thank you, Kenley, for the claps. Charlie's Beats, thank you for that request, Charlie. All right. Oh yeah, so while I'm in the ad break, I did a magic gig yesterday. It was for a bachelorette party, and I royally messed up 2 tricks. I was able to recover during the tricks with covering it up because they don't know how the tricks end. So, but I wanted to get that out during an ad break just in case one of them happened to be watching because I did advertise myself at the gig. But um, yeah, I messed up 2 tricks that I normally wouldn't mess up, but it was like oil and water and one-eyed Jack sandwich. So crazy, crazy. All right, people are coming back from the ad break now, so hopefully I didn't reveal anything. Charlie's Beats with the sus eyes. Let me see here. All right, so we go from Gibson eyes. I didn't see anything because ads. All right. To sus eyes. All right. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't mess up anything there. I messed up something during a magic gig yesterday. So I don't know if that looked okay. Oh, thank you for gigantifying that. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Nice. All right. That looked good, I think. Now seeing it like blown up like that, it kind of does look like CGI potentially. And so here we go. Gibson eyes to be Gibson Pog. And then we'll go from sus eyes, to Gibson scream. Wait, I should cover my whole face with it, right? That should be the. There you go. Yes, exactly. uh, Also, not sure how many people here are normally regulars in Gibson Lenses stream as well, but uh, slight preview. I made Gibson Lens watch the movie Up, so he and I watched it last week. So that will be a movie that uh, Gibson Lens will review tomorrow in his stream. All right, cool. So let's see here. I did allude to a magic gig, so let me recap the magic gig. So yesterday I had a magic gig. It was for a bachelorette party. When I arrived, it was like at a small house on the lake, and there was not much parking, and so all of their cars were in the driveway. And in order for me to park somewhere, I would have needed to block a driveway, so I had to have them move some cars for me to park. And went in. I think I had a very strong like presence. As soon as they handed me a microphone, I was not expecting getting a microphone, but there was only like I don't know, maybe a dozen people, so it wasn't too intimidating. I've performed for larger groups, um, but I had a few prepared tricks for the bachelorette, i.e., the bride that was going to be getting married. I don't know when the wedding was, but hopefully she had a great time. And we had, I think, 6 or 7 of the audience members sign a card. I ended up giving all those cards away at the end of the night. Um, this was like I could tell everybody was having a good time. I think they had all gone to a winery or several wineries throughout the day before, and so I don't think everybody was paying attention to everything I was doing. I could probably have gotten away with a bunch of stuff like during the trick, but I did a lot of them legit. It was a shorter show than normal, so I think I normally like a 1 hour show. This was scheduled to be 45 minutes. Um, I did end up performing for like I don't know, maybe 7 minutes longer than scheduled, but that's okay. So I did end on a finale that I don't normally end on, and I tried what was it? I tried red herring as a finale. I thought it was okay. I don't think I liked it as a finale, but at that point I was like, all right, we're kind of already past the end, so I wasn't gonna like try another. But it was a trick that I wanted to do. I probably should have done it closer to the middle of the show, but eh. Let's see, what did I do? I did one eye jack sandwich. I did uh, 2 card Monty, ambitious card routine. Let's see, I did coin matrix, the basic version. What else did I do? I did the rubber band tricks. Oh, that's what I forgot. So if I wanted to show rubber band magic, I'm more limited down here. But so the thing that I did that I I did not expect to get so many great um, responses for Crazy Man's handcuffs, which by the way is a trick where I, you know what, we're just gonna show it right now. So I did a trick called Crazy Man's Handcuffs, and it's basically this one where you have two rubber bands and you put them behind each other. So now if I try and move the rubber band this way and that way, I won't be able to get out, and these fingers will feel it. If I try to move it up and down, these fingers will feel it. And if I try and do this, then it will feel it. But if all I have to do is blow, and then the rubber bands will come apart. So, and then at this point, I can have the audience members hold a rubber band like this, and I'll basically do the exact same thing. Probably got really good review, really got reactions for this one. So I don't know why, but whoops. Good thing I did not shoot I just shot a rubber band, and I'm now missing. I don't know where it went. All right, good thing I didn't shoot the rubber band during the performance yesterday, but there we go. So yeah, overall, thought it was good, and I probably got the weirdest tip. Well, so I got a regular tip, but then I got the extra bonus tip, and they gave me an entire large pizza to take home with me, and I'm like, okay, I'll take home a pizza. So I was like, all right, sweet, awesome, thanks. But yeah, so that was my gig yesterday. All right. So, queue is empty. If anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. Now's a good time. Otherwise, we will continue opening decks of cards. So last we left off on opening the Sparkler deck. Next, I'm going to be opening the official Bluey Bicycle deck. So I do have another Bluey deck of cards, but it's like jumbo and they're like kind of paper and not good quality. These I have a lot better expectation that these will probably be better quality. And I did get more than one of these, mostly because I like Bluey, my kid likes Bluey. So here we go. Let's see. Oh, this one doesn't have a sticker to hold the opening flap. All right. And let's go ahead and... Okay. So here's what the back design looks like. Did they reveal the back design? Oh, I guess they kind of did right here. But here's what the back design looks like. So that's Bluey. And oh, let me just double check and make sure that... Okay, we're going to take this one. Okay. And then here's what a Joker looks like. That's one Joker. That's the other Joker. I forgot what the name of this unicorn puppet is, but in the show, it's like an obnoxious unicorn puppet that Dad uses to be obnoxious. So, all right, so here we go. Bluey, that's the Ace of Spades. Okay, it looks like all of the spades and all of the numbers on the cards are hand drawn. I mean, not like really hand drawn, but it looks like it would be hand drawn from like, you know, Bluey or Bingo or something. Adam07950, welcome in. How's it going, Adam? Adam says, so many jokers on this stream. I know, right? Actually, that's funny you mentioned that because I showed you guys the jokers that I set aside last time, right? Hold on, I have a box of basically just jokers. I feel obligated now to justify Adam's claim. But anyway, welcome in, Adam. How's it going? Hopefully you are having a wonderful weekend. So yeah, this entire box right here, jokers. So here we go. La la la. Jokers galore. So now if I need a trick to do something with jokers, I could literally have a 52 card deck of just jokers. A couple of times over. But yes. So guys, if you didn't know, Adam is correct in that there's so many jokers on this stream. Because look at how many jokers there are on the stream right now. And that's not even removing all of the jokers from all of the other decks that I leave the jokers in. Adam says, that box waiting all year for my troll message. Yep, that's right. So many jumbo joker. Yeah. MB Goldberg, welcome in. How's it going, MB Goldberg? Yes. So, for those of you guys who didn't know, a couple of times on stream, I did mention that I was able to get a bunch of free decks of cards from from a local community member, and he just gave them to me. They all happen to be jumbo, and the thing is, some of the decks are really beat up, but even if the decks were beat up, the jokers were pretty pristine because they don't use them. So I was like, I'm gonna take all of these out, and then I'll just keep track of them. And then I do have other jokers from like other decks too, and so there we go. But yes, welcome in MB Goldberg. Good to see you. How's it going? Hopefully you're also having a good weekend. But thank you so much for the bits, Adam. Greatly appreciate it. Um, hold on, let me. We've got to find Adam07950's signed card. Adam's the Ace of Hearts. There we go. Thank you so much, Adam. Greatly appreciate it. MB Goldberg says, doing good, and that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm glad that I have a source of jumbo bicycle code cards. So I do like having both jumbo and regular. So all right, so here's the first face card in the Bluey deck. So this looks like it's Bandit. Bandit is the dad. You can tell that it's not Bluey because there's like gray hairs in the hair. So that's really the only way to know. Bandit is a queen, I guess here, and Bandit is the king. With they're just wearing different things. I guess he's playing the role of a queen from an episode here. All right, diamonds. And so the diamonds look smoother than regular diamonds. I do like how the pips are slightly more compact into the center of the card for a lot of these. All right, so here's Bingo, and then Bingo the Queen, and then Bingo the King. So there's a very specific episode where Bingo makes this face to be obnoxious. All right, King of Clubs, that looks like Bluey, Bluey the Queen, Bluey the Jack, and the clubs. And then the ace, and then here is Chili. Chili is the mom. So there's a mom of hearts, queen of hearts, jack of hearts, then all the hearts, and the ace. So now let's go ahead and give this the inaugural shuffle. By the way, if anybody wants to see some more magic, feel free to request. Queue is empty, so now's a good time. So this is cool in that the colors are not black and red, but blue and orange, which is kind of like the color theme of the family in the show, Bluey's family, because half of the family members are blue, the other half are orange. So that would make sense. Actually, let's do something with these. Let me see if I can redeem myself from my gig yesterday, because I did mess up a trick. So we're gonna do it. Oh, Charlie's Beats has beat me to the punch. All right, we're gonna find all of the aces. All right, so these aces are going to help us find a few other cards. Oh, the ad break is starting soon? Okay, all right. I won't start this. We will go ahead and wait for the ad break to occur, and then I will do this trick. I guess in the interim. Yeah, I don't feel like I can speedrun this one. All right, in the interim, I'm going to take a swig of my Indigo Punch. You know, one that I could probably do during the ad break is probably Coin Matrix. That's probably one that I can do during the ad break. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We're just not going to do any intro. We're just gonna do it. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Okay, we speed ran that one, right? It's maybe a lot less epic if it happens that fast. Is that the case? Okay, now the ad break is in progress. So now we can just do this a little bit more casually. Because everybody should have just seen it. Okay. All right. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I can just be here. I won't start the trick yet, but ad break should be ending shortly. You can watch me break in the bluey deck with some shuffling. Okay, the ad break is finishing. All right. I've set aside the 4 aces, and we will need 3 selections. So I'll just spread the deck. If anybody wants to select a card, feel free to click directly on the screen, and that should put a marker on it. It's a heat map marker. So here's 1. We'll need 3 cards selected, and if we don't get 3, we'll just fill in. All right, there's 1. Here is, whoops, here's 2. Okay, and then we'll need 1 more. If we don't have a third person, one of these 2 people can move their heat marker. That's fine. Or I can just pick one. And let's see here. Oh, okay, I see 1 moved. I see this one, so it's the second to last one. All right, there we go. All right, so these 3 cards are the selections, and let's take them out. And we can remember them. Let's go ahead and place the. So here we have 2 hearts, 4 diamonds, 6 hearts. Okay, so there we go. Thank you for interacting with the heat map to select those cards. Now I'm going to go ahead and place these cards into the middle of the deck. So this one is going to go kind of towards the face, not too close to the face. And then we have the next one, the 4, which is going to go kind of close to the middle. So right there. Then we're going to go ahead and place the 6 kind of close to the bottom, or bottom if it's face down. So we can do that. And then let's see here. We'll give these a slight mix. Some cuts. And then we're going to need the 4 aces to help us out. So here we have the ace of spades, the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, and ace of diamonds. And we're going to need them to jump into the deck to try and find those 3 cards. So here's the ace of diamonds jumping into the deck right now. And if we take a look, it's now not near the top anymore. It's just hiding somewhere down in the middle of the deck. Ace of clubs, also going to go ahead and do that. Going to jump down into the deck. We see it's no longer near the top. Once again, ace of hearts, going to jump into the middle of the deck. Don't see it near the top. And then ace of spades, we're going to see it jump into the middle of the deck. Like that. It's not near the top. It's not near the bottom. But if I spread, you'll be able to see that inside all four aces are facing up, but there's actually cards in between them. And if you were to guess what those cards were, let me grab these heat maps really quick. Wait, I did not grab them. Ready? 1, 2, and... Ugh. It's very difficult to grab them. Oh, I almost spilled my tea. And, alright, so here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but there's precisely 3 cards that were hiding in between the 4 aces. And they are the 6 of hearts, 4 of diamonds, and the 2 of hearts. And that's how the aces always get their, I was going to say man, but person? Always get their dog. Always get their... Thank you kindly for the claps, and for the request, Charlie. And actually, wait. Was that one a boss trick? Hold on, let me refer to my spreadsheet. The thing about today is I did not refer to my spreadsheet recently. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, okay, this one was not. Okay. Alright, but next up, I do want to put in this one. So this is one of the ones that I need some redemption on. For anybody who heard me talking, not during the last ad break, but the ad break before that. So we're going to use the bluey deck because it's already out. So here we have the orange face cards over here. And then here we have kind of like dark purple pip cards. And so we're going to use these to simulate oil and water. And what happens when you mix oil and water? They should not mix. And so here's what we are going to do. Alright, we're going to mix I'm just going to call them purple and orange for the sake of simplicity. So here, purple and orange, purple, orange, purple, and orange. And now, if we just give it a second, take a look at the bottom. That's purple, and the top, that's orange. But actually, all of the orange cards have floated up to the top, and all of the purple cards have sunken down to the bottom. And I know some people are probably not impressed because we started with a purple one and those sunk down to the bottom. And so perhaps instead we should, instead of starting with a purple one, we start with an orange one and see if the simulation holds true. So orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple, orange, purple. And now all we have to do is separate them to finish the simulation. Alright, and so, if you believe that I did not do anything, they should be mixed, and that this should be an orange one, because that's what we started. But if you believe in the simulation, then these should be the purple ones. Oh, sorry, these should be the orange ones, and all the purple ones should have sunken down to the bottom. And so here, at the top is orange, the bottom is purple, top is orange, bottom is purple, top is orange, bottom is purple, top is orange, bottom is purple. And that, my friends, I will call a personal redemption for me. Successful. I have so many scenes now in my OBS because I've been using OBS for other random stuff. Okay, and then another one that I want to do, and actually we can use the jokers for this. Is one-eyed Jack Sanders. Ah, and see, Charlie has also requested the inverted card trick. All right, this is a good one because I think I'm going to try and do this the other way. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this the really... let me see, what can I do here? Okay, all right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and have a card selected. Charlie, if you are there, if you would like to click directly on the screen, one of these will be selected, and I will not look at this card. So that's the difference. Oh, hold on, wait, sorry. Heat map, I just turned it back on. It was off, my fault, sorry. All right, yeah, if anybody wants to click on the screen, actually, if Charlie, if you're there, okay, there we go. Here we go, so we will have this card. I'm going to slide that out. This will be the selection. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, cough, flip this card over, and that will be the card to remember. Hopefully that is now enough time for you to remember the card. I'm going to turn it back face down. Okay. Opening my eyes, and if anybody wants to give me an indication that we've got the card, let me know. I want to eat this heat map. Delicious. Okay. Do we have this card? Otherwise, it's going to be not as impressive. Yes? All right. Cool. Excellent. I see a thumbs up. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and insert this into the middle of the deck, just like this. We're going to press that in there. You'll see it going in, just like that. Now, some people might think I hold a position. I'm not going to hold a position. I'm just going to go ahead and square it up. It's all flat. There's nothing. So I don't know where it is. But here's what we're going to do. I can make the entire deck jump around in circles, and we'll do that right now. And by making it jump around in circles, not only did it just flip around there, but it actually turned around your card. And so now if I spread through, you'll see that there's exactly one card facing in the opposite direction. So now, go ahead and tell me what the card was. And we'll reveal to you that this is indeed that card. 9 of clubs. Let's go ahead and reveal 9 of clubs. Now you might know how that part of the trick is done. So, I'm going to do one more thing. Let's go ahead and turn this face down, and I will put the face down card into the face down deck, just like this. And some people might believe that I'm hiding the card here on the top, but that's not the case. And the thing is, that's usually suspect. But if I actually turn over the entire deck, you might be able to see your card in here, facing in the same direction, right? But look, if I just hold the deck in a way where we make the deck jump around in the air one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not only did it just do a bunch of flips, but it actually jumped around your card. And if we take a look, if I show you, you'll be able to, wait, you'll be able to see two cards facing in the opposite direction. Okay. Maybe one of these will be your correct card. It just so happens that these two cards have become one card. And it happens to be the 9 of clubs. And I know that looked a little sus, but here, take a look. There's no other duplicates. No nothing. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna say, Charlie's Beach, you got me a little sweaty right there, but I think I recovered okay at the end. For anybody who's paying attention, that could be considered a mistake. But as a magician, you never fess up to a mistake during the performance. So you finish out the performance. And because this is like both confessional and like I trust you guys, it's okay. I'll tell you guys. So, but helps me stay on my toes. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. Thank you for that request as well. So the thing is, I normally wouldn't do both of those phases for this. I would just normally do it the first one, and then I would ask, "Hey, does anybody know how I did that?" And most of the time, nobody knows, which is still unusual because I feel like the principle of the first half of the trick is very simple. And like it's something I learned in grade school, so I just felt like other people would have come across it, but I guess not. People don't necessarily play with playing cards all the time anymore. Okay, so let's see. I can see an ad break is going to be starting soon, so I'm going to get ready to uh, perform the next one, which is my other redemption trick for my personal self, one-eyed Jack sandwich. Um, and we'll use the jokers as the actually, do they have the one-eyed jacks in here? I'm looking in the bluey deck. Oh, they do. Okay. Actually, let me grab all the face cards from this deck and we can look at it. We can look at them together. So here's all the face cards. But actually, yeah, here's the two one-eyed jacks. And yeah, there's only two one-eyed jacks. Actually, does that correspond with a regular deck? I'm wondering now. I know, I'm pretty sure the hearts is one of the one-eyed jacks. Oh, okay, so in this case, it's a club, but actually, the regular jack of clubs is two-eyed. I think it's the spades and the hearts, right? So yeah, the jack of hearts is definitely a one-eyed jack, and then I'm pretty sure the jack of spades is the other one. Yeah, jack of spades. So interesting. So they swapped that. I wonder why. So like Bluey is like the primary character of the Bluey show, and I wonder why they chose to put Bluey on the club instead of the spade. Because I feel like Bluey should be on the spade, and not on the club. Huh. Anyway. Okay, the ad break is finishing. And I'm going to be using the two jokers as the one-eyed jacks in this case. I could use the one-eyed jacks, but I prefer to use other cards than the one-eyed jacks for this trick. Alright, so this joker is a joker. Actually, yeah, let me just quickly find out name of the unicorn puppet in Bluey. What's the name of this thing? Unicourse. Alright. The name of the unicorn puppet in Blue is Unicourse. Alright. Oh, it's like a unicorn horse. So, even though a unicorn is inherently already a horse, but unicourse. Alright. Okay, so here we have Unicourse, and Unicourse wants to find um, Bluey to annoy her. But if it just so happens the unicourses, if that's you would use the plural of them, they find some other card. The important thing to know is that it is not the King of Clubs version of Bluey. If we cut these into the middle of the deck, we'll now see that there's one card in between them, but there's one card that it can't possibly be, and it can't possibly be the King of Clubs. Now, let me just quickly show you that here there's no unicourse on the bottom, no unicourse on the top. I'm going to take the King of Clubs, place it on the bottom, and we're going to cut this into the middle of the deck. It's going to be as simple and fair as possible. Boom. Let's cut it into the deck. And now those unicourses can try and find the King of Clubs Bluey. And if we spread, we'll see that the unicourses are here with a card in between them. That's not surprising, because we did just put a card in between them. But what card couldn't it have been? It could not have been the King of Clubs. And now if I spread the deck, if you try and find a King of Clubs, you won't see one because it is indeed the one in between the unicourses. And I'm not gonna lie, having a pluralized unicourse is weird. But anyway, that is one-eyed Jack sandwich with jokers with the Bluey deck, I guess. All right. Okay. And that was the Bluey deck. All right. Ta-da. Stern, welcome in. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. So let's see. So far we have opened up and shown off these decks that we got, that we alluded to last week. Let me see. I do have another couple of decks over here. Stern says, I'm doing good, and how are you? I'm doing pretty well, I would say. I'm feeling a little nervous about future employment, but other than that, like, I don't know, I'm happy. So that's good. Had a wonderful time spending time with my family this weekend. We bought and put together a mud kitchen kit for my 5-year-old kid. She loves. I put it together 2 days ago, and she loves it now. So, for anyone who doesn't know what a mud kitchen is, because I didn't know what it was like until a few days ago, it's like a thing that you put together that looks like a play kitchen outside, but instead of playing with like fake fruit and toys and stuff, it's basically with water, dirt, and mud, and just whatever toys you want to put in the dirt and water and mud, and you can move around in bowls and scoop them out of things. Like you get like spoons and ladles or things like that. So, but yeah, my kid's having fun with that. All right, let me see here. Sounds cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Shaffer's turn. Thank you for the request. Let me go ahead and get ready to perform that. Let's see. But I also talked about I had a gig yesterday. It was a bachelorette party, and I thought it went pretty well for the most part. I did confess about some tricks that I did not do well during an ad break, just in case anybody from the gig happened to find me, because I did share my business card, so it is possible for them to have come across the Twitch stream. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. I need to find. Sorry, I don't know where this card is. Okay, there we go. And where are the jokers? 1, 2. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so this trick is requested by Stern. Thank you for the request. And here we have the ace, the 2, and the 3 of diamonds. Now, along with these, I'm going to have a couple of other cards, and we are going to be using the 2 jokers to help us out here. And these 2 jokers are what's going to be. A lot of people think that the jokers are the thing that's magical in this, but actually, let me go ahead and show you what they can do. So let me go ahead and place the ace at the bottom. We'll snap, and the ace has jumped back up to the top. Now we'll take the 2 and we'll put that on the bottom, and if I snap 2 times, the 2 will jump back up to the top. Now if I take the 3, place the 3 on the bottom, but if I snap 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that will make the 3 jump back up to the top. Now everybody says that trick is a little bit too slow, and they were like, I would like to see that trick faster. And I'm like, okay, here, let me just put the 3 on the bottom and just snap once, and the 3 comes back up to the top. Place the 2 on the bottom, the 2 jumps back up to the top. And the ace goes on the bottom, snap once, and the ace jumps back up to the top. Now, everybody says that the 2 jokers are the things that that power this trick, but actually I would argue that it's probably not the jokers, it's probably the ace, 2, and the 3. And I'll tell you why. Because The ace, 2, and the 3 are the things that will be doing the magic with this next part. So let me just go ahead and leave those over there. We don't need the jokers at this point. But let's go ahead and if you were here, you could say stop, and we could cut the deck, anywhere. So let's say here. And here's the interesting thing. We do want this to make sure that the ace, 2, and the 3 are the magical parts. Because if the jokers are the magical parts, they wouldn't be able to do this at this point. So let me see what card we cut to. Hey, it's Schaffer Stearns, signed Queen of Diamonds. And with the Queen of Diamonds, we can go ahead and change the ace, 2, and the 3 of diamonds to be the other 3 queens. And that's why the ace, 2, and the 3 are the magical ones and not the jokers. And that is a successful trick. Thank you for that request, Schaffer Stern. Thank you for that request. And welcome in the friendly fiddler. How's it going, Andrew? The Joker is a holograph. It isn't really there. Did you mean a hologram? Is that what you meant? Oh, is a holograph a hologram as well? Sorry, I don't know if I understand. The meaning of holograph is hologram. Oh, alright. There we go. Sure, I don't know the difference, says the friendly fiddler. No, I guess I didn't understand the difference either. So I'm glad that we had this discussion because today I learned holograph. Basically the same thing as hologram. So there we go. Guys, you're not following our friend, the friendly fiddler. Please give the friendly fiddler a follow. Friendly fiddler may one day get back to streaming violin. I was about to say piano for some reason. Violin. But currently, the friendly fiddler is attempting to finish a dissertation. Is that correct? I'm pretty sure that's correct. And also, thank you for the Gibson eyes, Bert. How's it going? Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow as well. The friendly fiddler says, "Kids now don't use homonyms. They look at me like I'm crazy. Lol." It's true. Kids don't like using homonyms now. They just like creating new words for things or new meanings for old things, like 6'7". Like for most people, that just meant 6'7". Now it means something entirely different. In addition, all right. Let's see. So the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I do have some more decks I do want to show off. So, guess they say homophones now. I mean, yeah, a homophone is the same thing as a homonym, right? The exact same thing. Oh yeah, so for anybody who's just joining in, we did show off a bunch of decks that I got last time. I did allude to them, but we didn't open them. So we opened these today. So we opened up the Bluey bicycle deck. We opened up the Sparkler bicycle deck. We opened up the I Heart Uranus deck. And then we also opened up the We Are Having Big Fun in Uranus deck. Alright, so next up is I wanted to open up a Regicide deck. Gibsonland says there are several different definitions for homonym. So here we have a Regicide Crown Duels deck. So for anybody who has ever played collectible card games, this is a regular deck of cards, but somebody designed a collectible card game feeling kind of game. And I believe the rules are free, and you can just use a regular deck if you would like. But you can just look up Regicide Crown Duels and get the rules. But I bought this because, first of all, I like playing cards anyway. And second of all, um, the the developer said, "Oh yeah, they were selling out of these, and this was like one of the last ones." And I'm like, "All right, I'm a sucker for decks of cards. Let me buy them." And so if we take a look here, this is like a Joker. Here's another Joker, and then all of the cards are just have like unique art for this particular game, even though the suits are identical to a regular suit to a regular deck of cards. So here we've got all of the face cards. Here we have clubs. And so it looks like clubs are lots of various different weapons, which may functionally do something in the game. It looks as though diamonds are... I have no idea what diamonds are, actually. It looks like energy, perhaps? Because it gets bigger and bigger with more diamonds. And then hearts, that looks like maybe a little bat creature or something. This could be a potion, or like a healing potion, which thematically makes sense. And then spades, that looks like a mole, or like an anteater or something. Let me see. This looks like a shield. Oh, these looks like shields getting bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger shields. Yeah, there we go. There you go. And that is the Regicide Crown Duels deck, but now let's give it a shuffle. Actually, the one thing about this deck is that it is one directional because there is text written here. So, all right, these feel good. I guess during the ad break, you're gonna see me shuffle cards. We can fan cards too. Whee! Um, this doesn't go as smoothly on these cards. Slightly less smooth, but otherwise still workable. All right, Charlie's Beats has requested a trick. Aria. We could do that with any deck, so we can do it with this. That's fine. But of course, yeah, we're in an ad break, so I will wait until the ad break is done. But in the meantime, I can search for all of the aces in this deck, because that's what we will need. Okay, the ad break is finishing now, so hopefully everybody's starting to come back from the ad break. Alright, so next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats for a trick called Aria. So here I have all four aces. So here's the ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and ace of spades. And now what we will do is let's turn over all of the aces face down. And I'm going to go ahead and place 3 other cards onto each pile, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Okay, so here, ace of hearts, I'm going to go ahead and place it amongst these cards and place that whole thing into maybe near the bottom of the deck, like this. Then we will take the ace of clubs and place it into these cards here and place that kind of in the middle, like here. Then we're going to take the ace of diamonds, place that amongst these cards, place that kind of near the top, but not too close to the top, like here. And then finally we have the ace of spades. Now the ace of spades is the one that can call all of the other aces. And so all you have to do is 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but all the aces have hopped up to the top of the deck. And there's no other aces in the deck. And that is Aria. I wonder if I learned enough tricks that are named after music related things that we could have a concert and just do card tricks with musically related names. That would be funny, I think. Thank you kindly for the claps. Friendly Fiddler, Schaffer Stern, Charlie's Beats, and Friendly Fiddler and Charlie's Beats got the haha in there and the lol. What are other examples? There's one called Pink Floyd. I think that's one of the other music ones that people call out and tout as musically related for obvious reason. Pink Floyd, The Wall, or any other album that Pink Floyd did, but I think The Wall is like the first album that I think of when I think of Pink Floyd. Um, that's a long trick. I mean, it's not like I could I could I could do it faster than how it would normally be done. But let's go ahead and do it now, because why not? Just because their albums are so long, bad joke. Oh, okay, sorry. Uh, I'll say yes, yes. All right, I'll start off the trick like I normally do, as though To whom it may concern, these 4 jokers are haunted and will not sell themselves short. Huh. A word of warning: do not place these jokers back to back. So, all right, let's take a look. We have 4 cards here, and if we take a look, there are 4 jokers. Now, let's see. The note warned us not to place the jokers back to back. So obviously, the first thing I want to do is place them back to back, and let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. Nope, not that one. Just this one. Okay, interesting. All right. So how about this next one? Let's place this one back to back. Aha. Not this one. Just that one. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so now we have 2 blue-backed jokers left. We do want to do a controlled experiment. Let me go ahead and... Oh. That's weird. Let me go ahead and reset, because we're going to do from the top. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I remember what it did. Boom. Boom. Okay. We're going to start over. Okay, pretend I read the note. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Here we go. 4. 4. Now we're going to grab a joker, place it back to back with another joker. Boom. Red. Okay. All right. Next one. Joker, back to back. Red. Okay. Now we have 2 blue, 2 jokers. Okay. Now I want to do a controlled experiment. We have to place these face to face, and we're going to go ahead and see if that does anything. And it doesn't do anything, so let's place them back to back. And that actually happens to make all of them red. And so if we take a look at all of these right now, these are all now red-backed cards. But what do you want to do now that they're all red-backed? Well, I want to place them back to back one more time and see what happens. Because now, if we take a look, it's blue. And actually, are all of these 2, 3, 4. And so here we've got 4 jokers. Oh no, they're bleeding. And they're all blue. And that is Pink Floyd. All right. So, minus the little snafu, I did okay. We got there after the reset, but I don't think it was going to be too crazy because literally we were just going to reveal the red right after, but still was not as smooth as I would have liked it. Anyway, extra practice, extra practice. Thank you kindly for the claps. Schafferstern, the friendly fiddler, and Schafferstern's, oh no, they're bleeding, and healed. Yep. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's beats. Actually, I do a trick where we can have uh, some bleeding. Okay, that sounded weird. I know. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna do this one just because. Actually, just because of what Schafferstern said. Oh no, they're bleeding and they're healed. So, just because of that, we're gonna do this one. Okay, so oh yeah, this is not gonna be impressive unless you can see this. All right. So here we have an ace of hearts, a 2 of hearts, a 3 of hearts, and a 4 of hearts. Now, these are actually not hearts, they're heart-shaped bullets, and because they're coming from a revolver, i.e. the name of the trick. And so we're going to go ahead and shoot the first bullet, and when we fire the first bullet, I don't know if you can tell, but the first bullet chamber comes out of the first one, and you can see that there's blood that has been taken. And now, once again, we're going to be shooting the second bullet. And we can see that here we have our 3, our 4, and here's our ace, and our 2 has turned face down, and that has drawn some blood as well. And now we're going to fire our third bullet. Here's our 4, our ace, our 2, but our 3 has drawn some blood. And then, of course, our last one. Here's our 2, our ace. Here's our 3, and our 4 has turned face down and drawn some blood. Now, if I was to ask you what color are the backs of all of these cards, what would you say? You'd probably say red, right? Because we drew blood with each shot. But actually, I don't know if you know, everybody was well trained. They were in their blue uniforms, and if I show you, no blood was drawn. No blood was drawn at all. And that, my friends, is revolver. Nicely done, says the friendly fiddler. And what a relief, says Schafferstern. Thank you kindly for the claps, Schafferstern. Friendly Fiddler says, always good to clean up blood after the crime. That's right. You have to hide the evidence, right? That's that's the whole reason. I forget. Were you guys here when I was playing with the little plunger last time? Were you guys here when I was playing with the little plunger? Hold on, let me just test a thing really quick. Oh, you were not? Okay, great. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play with the plunger. I know that sounded a little bit weird, but okay, trust me on this one. Okay, so um, let's go ahead and, oh yeah, first let me just show you that all the cards are different, so there's no like duplicates or anything. It could be signed as well. So let's just pick a card, and let's say the card is the Ace of Clubs, and there's no other Ace of Clubs here, okay? So just be rest assured. Now, this plunger, I'm going to attune it to the Ace of Clubs, okay? And the thing is, now, wherever we put the Ace of Clubs into the deck, it will be able to find it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the Ace of Clubs here into the middle of the deck. Okay. And now, if I just prime the plunger just for a second, we're going to try and find that Ace of Clubs. 1, 2, and 3. Do you think the plunger has found the Ace of Clubs? It seems impossible, right? But take a look. Ace of Clubs. Did he say that plunger was fun size? It is indeed fun size. Now here's the interesting thing that I found out about the plunger too. The plunger can also count cards. So let's say that the plunger wants to count 3 cards, right? And so this plunger will be able to count 3 cards. So here, plunger, don't find the 3 of diamonds. I just want you to count 3 cards. Okay, ready? 1, 2, and 3. And if we take a look, the plunger was able to count 1, 2, 3 cards. Is that super weird? That's super weird. Maybe you don't think that the plunger can find more cards. How about 8 cards? Do we think that the plunger can find 8 cards? I mean, that seems a lot more difficult than 3, right? And so let's just go ahead and here, I'll even give these like a mix just in case you think that there's any sort of shenanigans or anything. And some cuts. Alright, plunger. Here, go ahead and count 8 cards for me, okay? Don't find the 8 of diamonds because that's over there. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, it got some number of cards. We're going to find out together if it got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards. Plunger does work. This is a magic plunger. This is a fun-sized magic plunger. Ad break is happening soon. All right. Maybe you think the cards have to be, you know what? Let's find another card. Let's have the card find this 8 of clubs. 8 of clubs. Does that sound? Yeah. Shaffer Stern's like mind blown. Yeah, 8 of clubs. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this kind of into the middle of the deck, okay? So 8 of clubs. All right, remember the 8 of clubs, okay? Okay, here we go. And I'll just press down just in case you think there's no breaks or anything on the side. I'm not holding my finger in there. Okay. And so here, plunger, go ahead and find the 8. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I think it meant to grab this one. So this should be the 8 of spades. What? I know, right? All right, can you find another card for us? Maybe it's just really good. Maybe if I just, you know what? Let's go ahead and put it really deep into the deck. So like here. All right. It's like, here's the 8 of spades. Okay, it's like towards the bottom now. The deck might pick up almost the entire... Okay. Oh, 90-second ad break. That's okay. We're going to do this experiment. Do they sell this plunger on Amazon? I guess so. Great question. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think it meant to grab it here. It might have just been too heavy. Is this the 8 of spades? Yes. Yes, it is. Let me see. As for, do they sell this plunger on Amazon? Let me see. Amazon.com. Tiny magic plunger. I'm going to say yes. Yes, they do. If you just search for tiny plunger magic trick, you will get a bunch of stuff. I was being silly, but I suppose you could do an affiliate link. I mean, if you just want the plunger and you don't want the magic trick, there's like this. But yeah, I don't currently have affiliate links for Amazon, but are they all magic like that one? Well, you could try. So here's, if you just want to buy the plunger. If you want to know the magic trick, you could purchase uh, the version that I think, does this come with a tutorial? 2 plungers, features. No instructions, YouTube's not available. Oh. So no, you won't be able to find. So if you wanted this exact plunger, I think it was probably this, but apparently the reviews say it doesn't come with a tutorial. So if anybody wants, let me see here. Plunger. I know the magician that created it. So if you want to purchase the actual magic plunger and get the tutorial, here's a reputable magic site that will give you everything that you need and tell you everything that you need. So I happen to get, so this tiny plunger is by Matthew Beach, John Armstrong, and Garrett Thomas. I happened to be at a lecture that Garrett Thomas and Matthew Beach came to a local magic club here, and they gave a bunch of lectures on a bunch of their tricks. The tiny plunger was one of them, and so yeah. But yes, the secrets of the plunger. So if you want to know the secrets of the plunger, I guess that's $30. I do not recommend people spending this money unless you are going to be performing the magic, because otherwise it will not be worth it. I don't think. It's a pretty good trick, says the friendly fiddler. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's been pretty fun. So there you go. That was Tiny Plunger, as opposed to Tiny Dancer. I think I'll call that a magician's choice, so I get some credit for doing that trick. All right, let me do a trick that I want to practice right now, and it's actually using some coins. Because I haven't practiced this one that much, and I feel like I should practice it. Before I take it out. So I've not done this one out in public too much, but so Here we go. All right, so here we have a ribbon, and we have replica Chinese coins that have a hole in the middle. And so what we're gonna do, actually, if you were here, you could thread the coins onto this ribbon yourself. And so, but just to verify that these are really threaded on, you can take a look and you see all three, right? So all three are right there. Okay. So here's the thing. So the story goes. Um, a long time ago, pockets were hard to come by, and so what people would do is they would actually place a string through their coins and tie it around them, and that's how they could hold their coins. Now, thieves would have to come up with interesting ways to try and steal the coins off of a ribbon or a rope like this. And so, the first method that they came up with was just to melt through the ribbon, and they would go like this: 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know if you can tell, but that has just melted right through the ribbon. Now, uh, of course, some people got none the wiser, and so they started holding on to their coins even though it was around the string. And so if you were here, I would have you hold on to this right here. And so you could hold on to this really tight. And then what they would do is just pull it away, and it would just melt through the ribbon. Once again, same trick, but just different method. And so if we take a look, now there's only one here. And so the uh, the thieves have gotten away with two, and you have one left. And now what we're going to do is show you how they take this one left. Now the thing is, they would actually try and not only would they try and hold the coin here in their palm along with the string, they would actually close their hand around it, and then they would wrap the string around their hand. And but the thieves would actually find a way to pluck that out of their hand, and they would pluck it like this: 1, 2, and 3. And it may not look like that they have anything here, but they do they've already taken it, because if I show you what's in my hand, there's nothing in my hand. And so the thieves would have gotten away with 1, 2, 3 of your coins. And that I will call a relatively successful performance of that trick. So I'm not gonna lie, considering I don't practice that one, I should probably practice one on stream a little bit more. That felt pretty good as far as like performing that trick. So thank you kindly for the claps, Schafferstern and the Friendly Fiddler. Flaming Hales says, stopping in for a quick hello before I go to bed. Hello, Flaming Hales. Thanks for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you had a decent weekend, and hopefully you get good sleep tonight. But thank you. I appreciate you hopping in and saying hello. And good to see you. But yeah, so that is, they call it the 3C trick, I think, because it's like the Chinese coin challenge or something. I don't know if that's not PC anymore, if they changed the name, but I think like, so for example, there is a trick that they've tried to change the name of, but because historically it's just been known as this, the name of the trick forever. I don't do it, but it's, there's a trick called Gypsy Thread, and now like Gypsy is not really a PC term anymore, and so it's kind of been hard for people to like disassociate, because like everybody knows the trick called the name Gypsy Thread, but it's, you know, no other name has kind of like taken taken the throne. Um, Friendly Fiddler says, I have to get back to my paper. Good to see you. All right. Have a glorious night. Good luck with your paper, Andrew, and good to see you, the Friendly Fiddler. Yeah, no problem. Says Flaming Hails. And then, yeah, Friendly Fiddler says, Gypsy. There's a lot of music that would have to change. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of like history and a lot of things that would probably have to change if change the terminology for everything. So anyway, let's see. Okay, that was this magician's choice, and then you know what? I want to do another magician's choice. So, okay, let me see here. You know, at this point, I think it's probably a little bit later than I would have gone anyway. But let's do a last call. If anybody wants to see any more magic that I've not been doing, feel free to request. I'll anticipate. I plan on ending the stream shortly, so if you want to get more magic in, get your requests in. All right. Okay, so this is these are replica Japanese coins, so not real, just replica. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you an interesting property. Naha says yes, one more. Welcome in Naha22. How's it going? Um, I don't know if you've been in chat long enough to know, but there's a trick list pinned in chat, and followers can request. But yeah, we have a couple more, so I'm going to be doing this one, which is the Magician choice. Looks like Charlie's Beats has also requested Hitchcock Aces, and then I'm going to do at least one more finale trick as well. So, but otherwise, yeah, just announcing last call because I intend to end soonish, but we'll get all the tricks done. So, all right, cool. So we have four. Okay, got it. Thanks. All right, awesome. So we've got four replica Japanese coins, and here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place four. So one, two, three, four, and I'm going to show you how to teleport them from hand to hand. Okay, and so all we have to do is stick out our thumbs. If I touch my thumbs, one coin jumps from here. So now there's three coins there to here. Once again, we'll break a rule of magic. I will show the exact same trick twice. And so here we've got one, two, three over here. I'm going to pick up this one over here. And then we're going to go ahead and touch our thumbs. And I don't know if you can tell, but now one coin has jumped from over here to over here. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. So we have 1, 2 over here, 1, 2 over here. We will touch our thumbs, and that has made one more jump. So there's 1 over here, 3 over here. Now a lot of people think they know how this trick is done. So if I just go ahead and place all 4 coins in your hand, and just imagine that I take one of them and place it into my hand, right? So now you have 3. You can actually close your hand if you were here around this right now. I won't cover it or anything. Actually, do I have a clear? I don't. Actually, yeah. Let me place this on top of it. So this is just a clear plastic box, okay? So that if you see anything weird, you'll see through. Okay. And so now, if I go ahead and if I just do this, it doesn't go anywhere. It's still there because we would have to actually touch our thumbs, right? And so we would get ready for you to go ahead and touch thumbs. And so here, let's pretend that's your thumb. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know if you can tell, but now in my hand, there's actually no coin. And if you were here, you could open up your hand, and then you can count the coins in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that is coins across, a variation of it, basically. Yeah, trying to improve my repertoire of coin stuff. Thank you kindly for the claps. Schaffer Stern. Okay, next up we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Okay. All right, let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. So here I've set aside 4 cards. Let me introduce you to them. They are the 4 aces. So here we have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. Let me go ahead and place the ace of spades here onto the table. The ace of spades for tricks like this. So Hitchcock aces is a variation of a trick called the ace assembly, which is basically when we take all the aces, and by the end of the trick, we promise that all the aces will be collected together. And so here's the aces, and I'm gonna have to go really fast in order to for the ad break. We might have to just pause during the middle of the trick. So, uh, all right, you know what? We're gonna attempt to speed run this. Okay, all right. So here we go. Um, First things first. Let me just go ahead and place some card over here. Boom. And let's go ahead and place 3 cards, and we're just going to go ahead and make that ace jump from here to here, because now if we take a look, there's no aces here. That ace has hopped down here. Now let's go ahead and do that again. So we'll take some random card, place it down here. 1, 2, 3. Make that card jump from here to here. And now if we take a look, there's no aces over here. And that ace has hopped down here. Now some people think that there's some shenanigans afoot into that. I would say you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream. And here, let me just show you, there's an ace over there, and there's 3 aces over here. We could go ahead and you could place your hand on top of that ace, and I promise you that there will be, the ad break has started. Oh well, that's okay. We're going to finish the trick anyway. I tried to speedrun it. If you were here, I would ask you to pick up your hand, and we'll add those cards to it. And we'll add this other random card down to this pile. And I guess, do I wait until the end? No, we'll just, you know what? We can just do the trick again. It'll be extra practice for the trick. So now, I promised you that by the end of this trick, all the aces would be together. But how could that be? Because there was an ace under your hand. Well, actually, I don't know if you know, but if you actually take your hand off, all of the cards underneath your hand are indeed all aces. Because here's the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of diamonds. And you're probably wondering, wait, what are all of these cards? Well, all of these cards are indeed the 4 kings: the king of clubs, the king of hearts, the king of spades, and the king of diamonds. And I apologize for finishing up the trick during an ad break, but I tried to speedrun it. All right. If you want, I'll do it. I'll do that trick again if anybody missed it and wants to see it again. Kagome Shuko, welcome in. How's it going, Kagome? Good to see you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Thank you kindly for the mind-blown Schafferstern. The ad break is finishing now. Okay, now that you guys know what to expect from that trick, let's see if that helps. All right, so people should be coming back, but I know it was interrupted, so we'll go ahead and do that again, mostly because I get free practice. All right, so 4 cards set aside, help you. I will introduce you to them. We have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades down here. As I was explaining, the leader ace happens to be the ace of spades, and in most tricks that are considered like this family of trick, they are called ace assemblies. So we promise that by the end of the trick, all of the aces will be collected together. And so I'm going to lay all of the aces out like this. And then what we end up doing is okay, excellent. Thank you for that request, Kagome. And thank you for that request, Chan the Magic Man. So let's go ahead and place a random card along with this ace over here. And let's make this ace travel from here to here. And if I show you, none of these cards are aces. And this is now the ace of clubs. And let's once again place another random card down here. Let's place these cards here. I'll grab this ace and place it there. And now if we take a look, there's actually no aces there because it has hopped down here. Now, some people believe that shenanigans are afoot, and to that I would say, you're right, you're watching a sleight of hand magic stream. And if you wanted to check this ace out, you can. But let me just go ahead and show you. We'll leave these three aces over here. And then if you were here, you could put your hand on top of this ace. And so we'll leave that there. And oh, let me just go ahead and put a few more cards in there. And we'll just put some random card over here. And I promised you that at the beginning of the trick, all the aces would be together. But they're not here. They're actually over there. So if you actually lift up your hand, you would be able to check and turn over the cards yourself. And you would be able to see, here's the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, the ace of hearts, and the ace of diamonds, all here. And what are these cards? Well, these are not as good, but almost just as good. These are the four kings, the king of diamonds, the king of spades, the king of hearts, and the king of clubs. And that, my friends, is Hitchcock Aces. All right, Pinecone, welcome in. How's it going? Good to see you, Pinecone. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Guys, you're not following our friend Pinecone. Please give Pinecone a follow. I recently found out Pinecone streams. For a long time, Pinecone wasn't streaming, but now Pinecone streams. All right. Let's see. Kagome says, "Yep, shenanigans are always going on during sleight of hand illusions, but they're always still fun and mind blowing." Thank you, Kagome Shuko. Appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps, Shaffer Stern and Naha 22, and thank you for the claps, Chan. Pinecone says, "Hi, thank you for the shout out." No problem. Yes, sorry for my I didn't know. So better late than never, I guess, right? All right, so let's see. Okay, so we have two more tricks in the queue. I did say last call, so if anybody wants to request anything, feel free. Imagine is one that I will normally end the stream with, so I'm actually going to switch them. And if there's any other requests, I'll do that before Imagine, and then I'm going to end the stream with Imagine slash Chop Shop or slash Chop the Monty. So next up we will be doing French Twist. And here we go. All right, so we have the four aces. Let me show you what this trick is going to be all about. So with this trick, I'm going to hold a packet of aces, and when I shake the packet, one of the aces will turn face up. It's probably easier if I show you rather than tell you. So first I'm going to hold this packet, and give it a shake. That shake will turn up one of the aces, and it looks like the ace of hearts. Now, if I show you all 4 cards face down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that should turn up one of them. That should turn up the ace of clubs. And now, if I show you, we've got 4 face down cards. Now, if I hold the packet, give it a shake, that will turn up another ace because that has turned up the ace of diamonds. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards face down, but if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that shake should turn up the ace of spades. Now we have one additional thing to show you, but just in short, that's how you take 1, 2, 3, 4 aces, hold them and shake them, and when you shake them, something magical turns. But I just want to show you right now that the entire deck, all facing in the same direction, I would like to cut the aces into the middle of this deck, and I'm going to hold the deck and shake it just like I did with the aces. Now this is an interesting technique because with the smaller packet, you could imagine it's probably easier to do a card here, a card there. It's really hard to do it with the entire deck, but just like that, we have been able to turn up all 4 aces in the deck. And that is a French twist. Thank you for that request, Chan the Magic Man. I think that was a random one, right? Trick name idea from Kagome Shuko, the Pug of Ultimate Destiny. That's funny. I think the fact that it got me to chuckle, that's probably good enough to consider. I know I've been slacking on the magic tricks, but it has been crazy. Now that the convention is over, the crazy week is over, I felt like for like a month there was just so much stuff going on. I feel like I don't want to like jinx anything, but this week I think I can get back to just doing my normal week stuff. Thank you kindly for the claps, Sheffer Stern, Chan the Magic Man. Okay, let's see. Next up is a request from Charlie's Beats. So for anybody who is into the magic, like history, lore, or like so there's 3 tricks that I know that are very similar. It's 3 travelers, Elevon, and 3 billboards. 3 billboards is hard. That's not on my trick list, so I don't do that regularly. Elevon and 3 travelers, similar in difficulty, but lately I've been liking Elevon a lot more than 3 travelers, so I think it gets better reactions in my personal opinion. So, all right. Okay. So here we go. All right. Set aside a few cards. They're the ace, 2, and 3 of spades, but we're going to lay them out. So here's the 3 of spades. Place that here. 2 of spades. Place that here. Ace of spades. Now the ace of spades, let's place it here on the bottom. Okay, but all I have to do is press this elevator button for that ace to travel from the bottom all the way up to the top. Now if I take this 2 and place it on the bottom, if I actually wait, no, we place it on the top because now we needed to go to the bottom. Sorry, the ace went from the top to the bottom. from the bottom to the top. Now the 2 is going to go from the top all the way down to the bottom. Because now, if you take a look at just the bottom card, that's going to be the 2. And then, of course, we have the 3. Now, for this trick, I'm going to place the 3 kind of like halfway into the middle of the deck right here. Just like that. And the 2 and the ace are going to sit right here. Now, all I need to do is, so right here, if I just go ahead and I press that middle card in, you'll see that the 3 happens to jump up in between the ace and the 2. Because now if I show you, this is indeed the 3 of spades. And that is Elevon. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the claps, Schaffer Stern, Charlie's Beats. All right. Okay, so I think it's about that time. Let me go ahead and turn off the queue. Let's unpin that. Let me get ready for the final. By the way, just to preface, for anybody who hasn't been here before, I don't like to end stream on a trick that I mess up on. So if I mess up this finale trick, we're doing another finale trick. Okay? So, Kagome Shugo says, trick name idea, alligators on an elevator. That reminds me of a Lori Berkner song. And I wouldn't want to step on her toes. So, if anybody has ever heard Lori Berkner, she does like guitar, folk, rock, pop music for kids. So there's a song called I think Up or Riding in the Elevator or something, and yeah, there's an alligator in the elevator. So Kagome Shuko says, "I know who Lori Berkner is." That's awesome. Okay, so not everybody does. I think kind of the thing is whether you heard her music before, or if you have kids, or if you grew up hearing her. I guess she's been doing it for a while now. But anyway, um, cool. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming on and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, did a sound alert, any of those things. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Um, Thank you for all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. The let's see. Kagome Shuko says, Dr. Waffle did a song with an operator that's alligator that fixes an elevator. Oh, okay. that's that's cool. I don't know if I have come across Dr. Waffle too much, but yeah. Lori Berkner has a TikTok. Oh, okay, I see. I don't hang out on TikTok that much, so that's kind of the limitation of. I do have a TikTok now, but I don't really. It's mostly one way right now. I just post stuff to TikTok and then I just kind of let it go. But anyway, if anybody was concerned that what I was doing today was sorcery, black magic, or deals with the devil, it is none of those things. It is sleight of hand, blood, sweat, and tears practice. And if you don't believe that, that's okay. Best cover story ever. Kagome Shuko says, you should listen to Dr. Waffle songs, but he is on TikTok. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going to be tough. If I try not to consume TikTok, I guess is probably the best way. An ad break is starting soon. All right. Let me, guys, if you are not following our friends and mods, please give them some mod love. First up is our Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is a fellow Twitch magician. Give him a follow. Catch him doing magic on Magic Mondays. If you catch him other times, he might be doing other streams. So definitely give Chan a follow. Chan's actually also been doing a live stream for many hours where we can watch butterflies hatch. So Kagome says there's a few Dr. Waffle songs on YouTube, but not many. I see. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, pianist, composer, video game developer, and movie critic. Definitely check him out. If you happen to see him streaming, I'm probably modding. So let's see here. And then when the ad break comes up, I'll pause. I won't start the finale trick until after the ad break's over. So heads up. If anybody wants to see more of me, nope, I'll stop right now. And I'll actually, you guys will be able to see this. So if anyone wants to check out my YouTube channel, there it is. Actually, this will probably be a good time. Let me note Dr. Waffle. I will make a note, Kagome, to check out Dr. Waffle. And see what that's all about. Okay, let me see here. Also, if anybody wants to hang out or talk with me, the best place to do that is probably the Discord. It's not a very active Discord, but you know, still probably the best place to communicate with me. Let me see here. Okay, let me get ready also for the finale trick as well. So we did a bunch of stuff today. We did open up 4 decks, and I did have the Regicide one was already open, but okay, the ad break is finishing now. We recapped my gig from yesterday for a bachelorette party, and I got to take home an entire pizza. Kagome Shuko says, "Ask an axolotl, also known as There's an Axolotl on the Pig Stairs by Dr. Waffle and his wife went viral." Oh, I see. All right, thanks for that recommendation. Pizza is good, yeah. So Kagome, earlier I mentioned that when I went to do my gig, so I did get paid normally for my gig and tipped normally for my gig, and then they gave me an entire pizza. I'm like, okay, awesome. To which my wife and kid and I enjoyed an entire pizza lunch, and then we still have pizza left over. So, all right. Okay. So now that everybody's back from the ad break, yeah. If anybody wants to catch more of me and I'm not around, please check out my YouTube channel. I have over 350 magic tricks on my YouTube channel. And if you want to chat with me or see when I go live, best place to do that is the Discord. So come check out the Discord. And other than that, I think that's it. So let's do the finale trick, and if it's successful, we'll find somebody to raid, and if it's not successful, we're going to do another finale trick. All right, so here we go. So I just want you to imagine that I have a stack of jokers here. Just imagine. So here we have three jokers and a queen of clubs. So I just want you to imagine that this is a queen of clubs. I also want you to imagine that all of the jokers are blue backed and that the queen of clubs is red backed. Okay. Now, I want you to imagine that I take the queen of clubs and I place it underneath the table and I throw it. And it goes through the table, through my mat, through my hand, and back into my palm. And if I show you, you'll see that it has jumped back in here. Is that cool? That's super cool. But now I want you to imagine that we take the Queen of Clubs, place it underneath the table, throw it through the table, through the mat, into my hand, and it comes back. And I want you to imagine we do that one more time, through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. And there it is. Now, at the beginning of this trick, I told you to imagine that the card that wasn't a joker was a Queen of Clubs. Now, I think that you have a very active imagination, because if I show you, there is no Queen of Clubs. Now, actually, I don't know if you were paying attention, but remember, at the beginning, I also told you to imagine that I had a stack of jokers. You must have had a very active imagination, because there's actually no jokers either. And that is what I will call a successful finale for today. Thank you guys so much for coming out, hanging out with me. Hopefully you were entertained. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you learned some new things. Hopefully you laughed a little bit. So yeah, also at the beginning of the stream we did recap Uranus Fudge Factory, which, by the way, if you were curious about, you should look up Uranus Fudge Factory in either Indiana or Missouri. So there you go. Thank you kindly for the claps, Sheffer Stern. Thank you for the magic. You are welcome, Sheffer Stern. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. And Kagome Sugar says, "Oh, they're always funny." And Naha22 says, "This was very cool. Thank you." Well, thank you for coming in, Naha, and hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you'll see you back. So I normally try and do Sleight of Hand Sunday Magic. I keep it in this time slot, and then every other time you see me live, I'm probably doing something else. But I'm thinking about changing up my schedule probably in September. So we'll see how that. But best place to be apprised of anything changing is probably the Discord. So. Kagome says the Mandalorians talked a bunch about the Uranus Fudge Factory one time and had already known about them. Oh, interesting. That's funny. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and find somebody to raid. And let's see. You know, it would be my dream to always be like, hey, I have magicians to raid into, but that's kind of rare. So let's see who is on and where we want to go tonight. I used to say let's raid into music friends, because you know, music and magic, performance arts. But I think as of late, I've just been raiding into whoever. So let's see. Let me check. Oh, actually, let me see how long this person has been going. Oh my god. Is this legit? 32 hours. Oh no, it's a rerun. Okay. Alright, never mind. We want to raid in somebody live, right? Let's raid in somebody live. Oh, you know what? I think I've raided into this person once. Hold on. I'm going to let me confer with my spreadsheet. Okay, we've raided this person once. And, you know, we should probably raid them again. Okay. Alright. So, alright guys, if you want to come along for the raid, here's a regular raid call. Here's a sub raid call. we're going to try and raid is going to be May. So unless she raids out. Let me start the raid. And let me copy my own raid call. Alright. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully you guys had fun. Remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, remember to get good sleep, because as we all know, it's really hard to get good sleep nowadays. So everybody take care. Great to see you, and we'll see you around. Alright. Bye.